wasn't because it's big and fancy. It wasn't because it's in the shiniest neighborhood. It's not because the features of the house are super modern or any of that. It's because when she showed up with my two daughters, the neighbors to the north, who were migrant refugees from Ukraine, their little girls came over and just started playing and inviting my daughters over. And the neighbors to the south, who are originally from Vietnam, waved and said hi and welcomed them. And folks across the street, the Sedelos, from Tonga, who I knew already, but didn't know we would be neighbors. You know, when they saw my wife and kids, they waved and they yelled and, hey, you better buy that house. And long story short, my wife chose that house because of the neighborhood, because of the people, because of the community. The reason why I ran for city council in the first place was out of love and a sense of duty and a sense of obligation to that community. I don't think that I've done a perfect job in this role, but I've appreciated every opportunity that I've had to learn more about this city, about how things run, how the sausage is made behind the scenes. There's so much that goes on. And I've enjoyed working with every one of the council members that and mayors that I've had the privilege of working with in every iteration of this council, and commend the amazing staff. Honestly, this city is being run by some of the greatest folks, probably not just in the state, but in the country. And I know we have differences of opinion, and sometimes we don't always, the decisions we make here don't make everyone happy all the time. But that doesn't negate the fact that this work is done. I know that my colleagues do this work with heart and with the best interests of this community in mind. This seat does not belong to me. This seat belongs to the people of District 4, and I trust my colleagues to make a selection that will serve the many, many, many diverse voices of District 4 and of the city at large. And with that, I say thank you in my the need to y'all got to fix this air conditioner. It's in there, making people tear up over here. I'll conclude my remarks with a thank you in my first language, in the Samoan language. Wafafitai. Wa malie mate vai. Wa tasi lava oe. Wa tasi lava oe. Ilo nei fa moi moi. Thank you so much. I promise I won't be crying this much in the legislature. Oh, maybe I will. I don't know. Possible. In my first term here, I invited Pastor Vanetta, who's a hero of mine and a hero of West Valley, a longtime pastor of the Granger Community Christian Church, to offer an invocation. And it's very fitting, and I'm very grateful to her for being here tonight to also offer our opening prayer tonight. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. And I invite Pastor Vanetta to open our meeting. Thank you.
Sisters and brothers, please pray with me. Awesome and loving God, thank you for this day. Thank you, God, for your presence in this room that is palpable. We can feel you here. Thank you, God, for the love in this place, for the commitment to caring for one another, for lifting one another up. Thank you, God, because all of that comes from you. We ask, oh God, as we go forward into the new year, that we bring that love, that courage, that strength, that commitment with us, that we will care for our neighbors, that we will welcome the stranger, that we will feed the hungry, that we will encourage development and growth, that we will do the best that we can with the gift of West Valley that you have given us. God, we pray for our brothers. He walks into a new door, and we know that you go with him and that his love will flow over the state and always flow back to us. God, in this room, there may be people with hurts, concerns, and worries, and we'd be remiss if we leave them out. God, we trust you with what's broken. We trust you with what's hurt. We trust you with what's not exactly right. Move by your spirit and do what only you can do in the lives of my sisters and brothers. God, we pray as Jesus Christ would pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. All right. We will now go to our minutes of November 26, 2024. Turn those to the council for discussion or a motion.
Mayor, I'd move to approve those minutes. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And those stand approved. We'll now go to our awards ceremonies and proclamations. We are very fortunate in this city to have residents that volunteer in a lot of our organizations and our committees. And a lot of these people have received the Essential Peace Award. So we will have Craig Thomas come up and do that presentation for us.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Craig Thomas, Director of Community Engagement and Culture. Tonight is an awesome night. We're celebrating a lot of great community members that do amazing things for our city. The reason we brought Essential Peace back this year was to do just that, to acknowledge and celebrate all the good acts of some outstanding people who go above and beyond to celebrate the city, to help improve the health and the safety of our community, who celebrate the arts within our community, who advance education in our community. So every sector that you can think of, we want to include those sectors over the years. Tonight we have 10 recipients that are here. More than that. Many of them have brought friends, guests, family members with them as well. So I will read their names. I'll have them stand in place briefly. Then I'll go on to the next person. Stand in place. Read the next person. And then after all the names have been read, we'll invite them to come up and shake your hands. At the end, we'll present them with the certificates that are signed by the mayor as well. After that, we'll do a group photo of the recipients, not of all their guests. Otherwise, it's the whole audience. So our first recipient, you can understand why she was chosen, Pastor V. She's an amazing person. And I can't do any more to introduce Pastor V than what Councilman Simona just did. She is an amazing advocate for our community. She loves this community. In her time at the Granger Christian Community Church, she advanced outreach efforts to reach more and more of our community, food pantries, education, everything that you can think of. She's amazing. And she's close to finishing her doctorate in ministries. So yay. Kevin. Where's Kevin? Kevin? If you don't know Kevin, he's on like every board and committee in the city. He's amazing. He is on our Healthy West Valley Coalition, our Healthy West Valley Committee now. He has been the chairperson. He was instrumental in starting that organization. But he's involved in pretty much anything in the city that he can get his hands on. He loves this city. So thank you, Kevin. This person, Miss Margaret Peterson, former council member, former planning commissioner, started a nonprofit to help education within our city, the Community Education Partnership, advancing opportunities for youth in our city to have education opportunities, after school programs. So I don't think I can say more to just give her a big hug. Margaret's awesome. Now this group has been involved with West Valley City for a number of years. They're all over the place probably. And I probably will say their name wrong. They prompted me a million times. Asezwayo. They have done tree plantings and different volunteer projects throughout the city over many, many years. They just love this community. They love service. They love opportunities to get out and do, and they've been amazing to work with. Last year, they did a project with Darren in parks, planting a bunch of trees again. So awesome group. We appreciate them greatly. Lynette. Lynette is one of our neighborhood watch coordinators, or was. She was involved with the Blue Haven Neighborhood Watch Association for about 6 years, 7 years. Many years. Lynette loves the city as well, obviously. She has brought together a community actively looking for ways to improve their neighborhood watch, various committees, talking about transportation, talking about access to resources. She's done an amazing job. She's stepping down, which I'm very sad about, but thank you, Lynette. The West Fest Committee. There's a few of them here tonight. Y'all can stand. Over the years, West Fest has gone through some ups and downs. Currently, we have an amazing West Fest committee. They have done an amazing job. New members, old members, old-ish members, tenured members. They do an amazing job every year for our annual West Fest celebration. You know, putting together a huge 3-day festival is no small feat, and well, 4-day with the carnival. So they do an amazing job. We appreciate them greatly. Detective Millett. There we go. You're already standing. Good job. Detective Millett works with our crossing guards, but he also serves on a variety of boards and committees throughout the state, advancing safety within our community, advocating for youth, safe routes for school, Safe Kids Coalition, seatbelt or child seats. You know, he's on it. So we greatly appreciate all that work and effort that Mike puts into this community. Noemi, sorry. Just met Noemi. I'm super excited to get to know her better over the years. She is a volunteer that works with the Utah Cultural Celebration Center, the Artrageous program, Day of the Dead. She is fantastic. If you haven't met her yet, you need to meet Noemi. She's amazing. So thank you. Tiffany. Where's Tiffany? There's Tiffany. Tiffany is a member of our Clean and Beautiful committee. She volunteers at a variety of our service projects throughout the year. She's always there with a happy smile. She's awesome. She's always a hardworking volunteer when she's doing things. You can't slow Tiffany down, and she loves to serve, and she gets bored if you don't give her assignments. So you need to always throw her more, because she loves to do. Thank you, Tiffany. And then Jim and Kayla Phillips. Not so happy. Jim's amazing. Kayla's amazing. They really don't want this recognition. They have brought many My Hometown volunteers with them tonight. If I could have all the My Hometown volunteers that came with Jim and Kayla stand too.
They need to go to work.
That sounds right. Jim and Kayla have spearheaded getting our Interfaith Council started. They work with the Murdochs as well, and many others, the RUPS, everybody you can see standing, they work with. They are bringing together a team or a group of our interfaith leadership throughout the city. And it's not just faiths that are physically located in West Valley City, but also faith groups that have congregants that come from West Valley City. So we invite all members of our interfaith collective to join this Interfaith Council and talk together. Jim and Kayla are extremely well organized, and well organized. Little deaf, but
I didn't know that word.
He's a fun one. We love the Phillips. We love everything that they do for our city. Long-time residents of the city as well. So we just thank them from the bottom of our hearts. So we do have one more coming. It's just to be determined. There will be a December recipient in the coming weeks, but unfortunately that did not happen for tonight. So those are our 10 recipients this year. We hope to continue this tradition for many years in the future. We'll invite them all to come up at this point. Shake your hands if that's okay, Mayor. And then we will give them their certificates and then we'll regroup as a photo. Is that okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
Doing this scramble version or do we go?
If we start over here.
Start over there. See, look, there's. Right here.
No, Jim, out front.
Oh, we don't
In
get to
front.
come back up there?
No stairs needed.
Oh, yes. You did it really good. I was like, how do you? Thank you.
I did.
Not easy, huh?
Oh, what's the last?
All right. People now.
Oh, they're gonna take it. Well, just ask her again.
I know. Sweating.
Missionaries different. I'm saying.
Give us the version.
Thankfully, it's right down the street.
We have to oversee you.
Good to see you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Part of group self and house.
Oh, one group at a time?
No.
It's a little triangle. Oh, my gosh. That wheel. Wheeler. The wide angle lens.
We're gonna have to get very tight, so if we could have.
Yeah.
Two rows.
And if you're tall, if you can work your way towards the back. It's plugged into the floor.
Like a cord? Is there like a cord on that?
Yeah, it's a cord. We've already rolled it back a little bit. And we're close.
Can you get? The camera? You're on.
All right. Craig, can you get in there too?
Oh, I just wanted to talk. You want me to run that from traffic?
All right, we're close. Everyone take a deep breath in. If you can't see my hands, I can't see you. Ready, ready, ready. Cheese. Look at my hands, not my face. Cheese, cheese, perfect. No blinking, great. Thank you.
One more. Okay, ready? Ready in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Yes.
As you all leave, we have a special gift for you outside too.
We really appreciate all those who came this evening. We are very respectful of your time, so if you leave, we will not be offended. All right, this evening we have public comment period. We also have public hearings for two different issues. So if you're for the fine arts and then the rezone out on 6,000, then you'll probably want to hold your remarks for the public hearing time with those two actual issues. So we will now accept public comment. Public comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up, would you please give us your name and address at the mic? All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during the comment period shall be allowed to comment more than once. Comments shall be limited to city business and the matters within the purview of the city council. Speakers shall not expect any debate with the mayor, city council, or city staff. Mayor, city council, and staff may respond after the comment period has concluded. And speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So we have our sign-up sheet. Speaker number 1.
Evening, Mayor and Councilors. Happy holidays. I just wanted to talk, I was going to talk about one thing. I play golf a lot, and they've limited the number of passes that were out because of people complaining they can't get tee times. I don't think, and I've talked to both Stonebridge and Ridge, the guys in there, they said that's not really the reason. I think the biggest reason is because they let the men's leagues, women leagues sign up 2 weeks in advance. So that for the rest of us that don't join those leagues, they're booked up by the time we get a date to sign up. And you're just kind of SOL. So I would hope you would look into why they do that. Maybe they could limit the days that they can sign up 2 weeks in advance, just because they're on the leagues. I think they only paid last year $35 to join the league. And I think if they joined late, it was a little more. And I don't know what it'll be this year, but you know, they're joining the league. I think that's too much to give away because there are more people that would like to play. They both told me, both places have told me it's because of the leagues, and what they tell me is, well, join the league. Well, I don't want to join the league, you know, I want to just come and have fun. The other thing I wasn't going to say anything else except about the golf, but we're still having trouble down on our street with speeders. I was watching today, my grandson came over to help with some yard work. And as he was leaving, he backed out of our driveway and was headed south on 6820. And the curve down there, I know I mentioned before that they come around there so fast you don't see them. Well, he came around there, and as my grandson was pulling over to the right lane, he accelerated and passed him on the right side, forced my grandson to jerk the other way. If he'd have hit him, I think I'd have got there before the police did. But it's just continuous down there. And but about the golf, I hope you look at that and some way to fix it so they can, you know, limit how many days they can sign up for, or do something if they still want to do that.
Okay, thank you. Speaker 2.
My name is Rick Turner. I live on the corner of Selma Drive and 6,000 West. And I wanted to speak in regards to the road development that they're going to do on 6,000 West.
So do you want to do that now or during the public hearing when that issue comes up?
I'll just say now.
Okay.
Speak now. I just wanted to say that most of our concerns, and I've talked to my neighbors, and I've lived there on the corner of Selma Drive and 6,000 for 48 years. And so I've been talking to the neighbors and friends. The developers come over to my home and brought some plats, pictures of some of the homes they're going to build, and alleviated many of the concerns which we have. One main concern was taking Selma Drive right across and into that development. And we felt like that would be a nightmare, and they've been able to move that up so that we won't have that same congestion there. And that was one of my main concerns. But I really appreciate Grow Development and them coming and working with us and taking some of the suggestions we made as far as the density of the homes and things like that. Nobody always in a win-take situation, you never get everything you want, but we as a neighborhood, and I speak for many of my neighbors, are very happy. We've never been against the development. We've wanted, I think it would really make a big difference in our community there, in our neighborhood. And so I'd like to speak in favor of that. And most of my neighbors that I've talked to said, will you mention that we are in favor? We want to see that project go.
Okay.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, speaker 5.
Skipped a couple numbers there. Hello, West Valley City Council and Mayor. Thank you for taking the time today to hear me out today. My name is Nicholas Meyer, and I am actually a resident of Riverton, Utah. However, I am here today as a member of the Salt Lake Valley Coalition to End Homelessness Point in Time Count Planning Committee. The Point in Time Count is an annual count of homeless persons to find homeless persons living in the streets and gather information in order to connect them with available services, help policymakers and program admins to set benchmarks to measure progress towards the goal of ending homelessness, help plan services and programs to appropriately address local needs, identify strengths and gaps in our community's current homelessness assistance system, inform public opinion, increase public awareness, and attract resources, create the most reliable estimate of people experiencing homelessness throughout Utah, and most importantly, to make a difference in the lives of those experiencing homelessness. I'm here today to address the need of volunteers to perform the counting of individuals. Volunteers will work with teams to seek out and interview persons experiencing unsheltered homelessness on the following mornings from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. The following dates are Thursday, January 30th, Friday, January 31st, and Saturday, February 1st. We just ask that you advertise and let citizens know about the need for count volunteers. If anyone needs any more information, you can find it all on the Coalition website. I appreciate you taking the time to hear me out and look forward to your continued participation in the Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 6.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. I'm Barry Gittleman. I'm the President and CEO of Hamlet Homes, and we have 2 active projects where we are building homes in West Valley City. The 2 projects are Evans Park and Weston Field. I'm here to talk about Weston Field, which is our project in District 4, and it is 4,100 south, about 6,700 west. So this subdivision was approved back in 2021 by this council. There is a development agreement that's in place that was done by the previous property owner. We bought the land understanding that that development was in place, and that's what I would like to reopen the conversation with the council and with the city staff. Our company's been around for almost 30 years. We'll celebrate our 30-year anniversary next year. We've built over 4,000 homes during those 30 years, and most of them are very happy customers. Most of them are in Salt Lake County. So this is our birthplace as a company, and we're proud to build high quality homes in this area, and we'll continue to do so for many years to come. We've won a lot of awards for quality of our homes and customer satisfaction, best companies to work for, and we're well established in the area. We're currently building a 58 lot subdivision in West Valley City. But as you all know, the world and the housing market have changed greatly in the last 4 years. So what home buyers want today and what home buyers can afford today is very different than what they could afford 4 years ago. There is a 13-page development agreement in place. There are 3 sentences, that's all, in that development agreement that we would like to revisit with the city and the staff, not asking for a vote today, but there is a minimum square footage in the development agreement. We'd like to leave the number alone, but count the basement in the minimum square footage. There's a minimum stone requirement. We'd like to leave the number alone, but have it apply to the front of the home, not to the sides and rear of the home, since buyers want the front to look beautiful. They want the streetscape to look beautiful. Most of them would rather save money on the sides and rear of the exterior and spend it on upgrades inside of their home. And there's a requirement to either do a 3-car garage or a finished basement. We would like to leave that as an option for the home buyers and let them choose what they want and what they can afford. We still expect most of the homes will have finished basements and 3-car garages, but it just wouldn't be mandatory. We look forward to future discussions with your staff and with the city council. We want to be great partners with the city and continue to build big, beautiful homes, but just build what home buyers can afford today. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 6. Rich.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Rich Bodwin. I live on Rowan Cove, out in the District 4. First, I just want to say thank you for your police community support group. They joined us at a food pantry event a couple of weeks ago. They brought pizza and talked with all the people, and they were just awesome. And I wanted to thank you for that program that supports the community. It did wonders to the people at the food pantry working, talking with the policemen. There was a big election last month and there'll be changes in the federal government. So I would like to encourage you all to coordinate besides the police force to identify some of the people that need to be deported or to be released back to their home country. That program will be coming in a few months, and hopefully you all can get coordinated on how you can best support that. There was one other comment I had, since I have 1 minute and 53 seconds. I would encourage the council and the committee and the city to review their regulations and the rules that they have. When I was a federal employee for over 35 years, and we had to review our rules periodically, every 5 years in some cases. But there was one, I remember when I bought my house 5 years ago, I had to sign a paper that says I cannot rent any part of my house out. And I signed it because I had to in order to do the closing. But I'm going, how is the city going to enforce that? Is there going to be somebody watching my house all day to see if there's a person that's not my family member coming into my basement? It would be a rule like that takes time during the closing of every house, that if you can't enforce it, should you really have it? And so that was just a comment I thought I'd share with you all that's been bugging me since I closed on my house. So thank you very much and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Okay, Speaker 8.
Fooled y'all this time. I'm sitting right up front. With the holidays coming, there's always a lot of talk about having a DUI blitz out on the roads to go after impaired individuals. And I don't condone that whatsoever. But you know what I'd like to see the city do is have a blitz on red light runners and do something to confront that. I just think on 4100, very close to me, we had 2 red light accidents, one on 27, one on 32. The one on 27 was on the West Valley City side. I know that's a weird intersection, but I'd like to see something like that. And in my little pea brain, I sit down and analyze how we can do that without having the police being spotted. Because I brought it up one time, and then next day they had a branded police car sitting in that empty field right on the corner of 4100 and 2700, the Christmas tree lot. Well, when you got a beacon sitting there, nobody's going to break the law. But you know, if we could, if they could place an officer on the northeast corner of 41 and 27, there's a wood fence there now, and they're putting up some new block walls and so forth, and have a chase officer down 41 a little ways on one of those side streets and one up 27 a little ways. I'd hope they take a lot of pens and pay and tickets, because with every light change, there's at least 2 cars that go through every one of those. My feeling is that if we can't enforce stuff like that, somebody needs to start being held liable for that. I don't know where that would fall, but the problem has been brought to the city multiple times about that. And, you know, I never see a car or an officer watching red light runners. I've seen them on Redwood Road getting speeders. They're at about 35th, but I've never watched anybody analyzing and watching the red light runners. And there's some pretty dandy crashes on 41 and 27. I've seen Jeeps upside down. My buddy's Mustang Mach 1 was T-boned there from some kids running the light. So we need to do something. It's important. Let's do a blitz. Also, one more quick thing. We don't need dog parks, fenced dog parks, because we have school grounds and parks where most people let their dogs run anyway. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Speaker 9.
Well, Mike, we've moved down from 1 and 2 to 8 and 9. Hi, Jim Visak. Had to start with a little bit of joke. I want to say congratulations to whoever came up with the idea in the study meeting to put the agenda item up on the screen. That's something new that has just started, and it was great. Not that, I mean, I like looking at my iPad, but to see it up there and have them go line by line. I wanted to say I noticed it, and whoever idea that was a great idea. I know I don't have to defend West Valley PD. They're one of the best ones out there, but on 56 and 3500, they are watching red light runners almost on a daily basis. You see when the motorcycle cops are out there, they're going out there and getting them, and that's what they're pulling them over for, is the red lights. And so it is happening in some areas. And I know we only have a 200 and I'm going to say 80 on the high number police officers. So it's kind of hard to do it around the city, but maybe when they get 35 controlled, they can come out and do the 4100 area. So I want to say congratulations to Jake again. Like I told him in the other meeting, I have his phone number and I will be calling him. And I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas from me, happy holidays from others. It's been fun this year, and I look forward to next year and the great things with our new city manager and council. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you so much. Was there anyone that wished to speak that did not have an opportunity to sign up? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public comment period. And is there any members of the council that would like to comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to our public hearings. Our first application is GPZ 5 2024. This application would change the general plan from large lot residential to small lot residential and change the zone from agriculture to R18. The applicant is proposing to demolish existing houses and duplexes and build a planned unit development consisting of 38 units with areas of open space. So we will now open the public hearing on this matter. Is there anyone that would like to speak to this application?
Good evening, council. My name is Jake Hone. I'm the applicant with Grow Development. Grateful to be back tonight. I appreciate all the feedback and coaching that you've provided to help us to get to where we are. The last couple of weeks, I've had the chance to meet with some of the neighbors and residents and discuss their concerns, see what we can do to make it better. We really do want to have good input and good involvement in this development to make it the best version that it can be. So we did make some really good substantial changes with this new version. We're excited that we could come up with the idea to realign the street, to move it further down on 6000 West. After hearing that as a main concern, along with the school hours and traffic that happens there, we think having that entrance further to the south would be a lot better. We also heard you loud and clear on the bigger lots on 8,000 or 6,000, excuse me. So we made all of those 80-foot wide frontage. We only have 8 lots fronting the road now, where existing, there's actually 9 units right now. So it would actually be a reduction of what's currently there. That will help with a great streetscape, really nice, wide homes with 3rd-car garages, bigger driveways, those sorts of things will be able to be on those larger lots. Another thing we did was, we are doing our best to help with the desire of reducing rentals and encouraging home ownership and owner-occupied homes. And so with the reduction in units and the reduction in going to the 30% rental rate that will be governed and restricted by the HOA, we'll actually have less available rentals at 11 units than the 19 that are currently there. Now, that doesn't mean there will be 11, just the option to have 11. So it's still very possible that the majority will be all owner-occupied homes. It was great. I drove into the city on Mountain View Corridor at the end of last week. I saw the large city monument of unity, pride, and progress. And I think there's a great opportunity to really progress this area, help it to redevelop, evolve into a nice destination place, a nice community that people can want to now drive to and live in and call home. I'd ask for your support and approval on this application. We really want to make it nice, make it enjoyable. I guess the last note I'll finish on is, we thought that rearranging the lots like this would be really beneficial to the existing neighbors. So we only have the large lots fronting 6,000, as well as one lot on the end that abuts an existing home. So now there's only open space that abuts to those existing homes on the north. So it's a nice buffer, a nice transition from new to the existing. So I appreciate your hearing me out. I'm excited for this. We'd love to continue working in West Valley and make this project happen. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to address this application? Okay. Seeing none, we will now close the public comment or public hearing and turn the time over to the council for discussion or a motion. We'll begin with our general plan change, which is ordinance 24-42, and then we'll have a zone change and a development agreement after that.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-42.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move to ordinance 24-43, which is the amending of the zoning map to the council.
Motion to approve ordinance 24-43. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now go to Resolution 24-145, which is our development agreement. To the council.
I move to approve resolution 24-145.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll now go to Resolution 24-167. This resolution would declare the Performing Arts Center surplus, approve an appropriation to West Valley Arts in the amount of $5,202,646 in cash and property, and approve a facility and grant agreement governing the terms of the appropriation. So we will now open the public hearing on this matter. Is there anyone that would like to speak to this application?
Hi, Mayor and Council. My name is Don Jersey. For the past 6.5 years, I was the Director of Communications and Development for the Utah Shakespeare Festival. For the last 20 years, my career has spanned a lot of storytelling. I was the publisher of the Las Vegas Sun, and then got into the theater business. So I know a lot about storytelling, and I know a lot about good storytelling. I've seen how powerful stories can shape public discourse, inspire communities, and move people to action. I'm here to ask you today to pass this forward, and there's a couple reasons why. The news publisher in me believes the best story happening in theater is happening in West Valley City. I believe that. Most recently, I went to as a theater practitioner, I went and saw Jekyll and Hyde, and I can tell you that anywhere in this country or across the planet right now, it's as good a theater as you'll see anywhere, period. I was blown away. I was sitting high-fiving somebody sitting next to me that I met at a previous meeting. His name was Jeff from Horizon, I think it was Horizon Oil. And we were looking at each other going, whoa, that was really good. And you know, and I just want to say this. The artisans and artisans here are incredible. They're as good as anybody as I've worked with. This resident staff, they know what they're doing. They're superb. And I'm no stranger to the stage here. I've hosted 3 galas for the Utah Shakespeare Festival at the West Valley City. And, you know, I'm not here to cast you again, Councilman. You're sitting right here. I know you probably got nervous when I walked in. You know, I didn't have a script with me, so, but we're okay. And we produced a world premiere of Gold Mountain, the musical, on that stage with Jason Ma from New York City. I love the theater. I love the space. So when there was an opportunity to jump and be a part of what was going on here, I called immediately, and we were able to put this together. And now my firm is leading the development efforts, and we're going to lead it very successfully because the storytelling that's happening is as good as any stories being told at any theater in the country. And I will leave you with this. As I left a Tony and Emmy Award-winning organization to join a team because I believe deeply in West Valley City. It's people, it's artists, and this extraordinary theater. This is a place where dreams take flight and lives are changed. As we turn the page to the new chapter, I ask for your support today and your continued support. Come sit in the theater and watch this great work. Together, we can ensure the theater remains a place where everyone can find their brilliant thing. Let's move forward and keep the incredible story thriving right here in West Valley City. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My name is John Sweeney, and I'm here representing West Valley Arts Foundation and the West Valley Performing Arts Center. Council, it's been a great year. It's been a good year. And this is all part of this story and this journey that we've been going on. When I sat down and was thinking about 2024 and thinking about stories, right now Wicked is very popular. I was actually very fortunate and I was a young actor to perform with Kristen Chenoweth, who played Glinda in the original Broadway production. When I think about Wicked, I think about stories and musicals with unlikely heroes. And I would say that today, by supporting this resolution, you all have the opportunity to be an unlikely hero in this story. The way it began back in May, it was a little bit unexpected that we would be here today at this point. And yet, when you think about this opportunity, you may have looked at like the Wicked Witch of the West, but it turns out she's our hero. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity, but I want to remind you, this is just an introduction to the next chapter. There's another part to this story, and that is how we move forward, representing the city, representing the arts, representing the investment that we make in the arts. And I'm just very proud to say that together we have found ways, and today you have the final way to continue to be the hero of our story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Margaret Peterson. I was on the city council when this theater was built in partnership with the Hale Theater Group. And then they left. I was devastated. We had a wonderful partnership. And I've been watching very closely to see how all this turns out. So I'm real proud of the city and the city manager and the council for supporting this move to continue theater in this city. So thank you from a person who started it all.
Hey, thank you.
Hello, I'm Sonia Maritza Hino Rosado Man. I'm a West Valley City resident and I live in District 4. Commitment to community is a psychological bond between members and their community. It can be defined as a pledge, dedication, or obligation to care about something more than one's own self-interest. Psychological research shows that more members invest in their community. The more they do that, the more they feel they belong. Asking for help is a way to create a sense of belonging. Mayor Lang, City Council, City Manager Pili, theater community, this community. We've been through an amazing roller coaster ride together. We started at a complicated crossroads. The community asked for help, and we started to meet halfway with great conversations, which led to understanding of what the arts means to this community. We formed partnerships with one another and came together as a united front in seeing eye to eye at what is best for this community. On June 4th this year, we received wonderful news from the West Valley City Council, news that came with a solution and a beautiful commitment. The council approved a partnership where the city will transfer building ownership to an independent nonprofit, now known as the West Valley Arts Foundation. The West Valley Arts Foundation is here. We are structured, very ready to oversee operations and financial oversight of this historical building, which means so much to not only this city and this community, but as you saw and heard during that time, from many people throughout the state, this solution and commitment speaks volumes to multiple cities and multiple communities. To the West Valley City Council members, we thank you for your support and we thank you for your commitment. As West Valley City Manager Ifo Pili put it, this resolution will mark that commitment by both the city and the Performing Arts Theater to work together toward that solution. He continued, we wanted to bring it forth so that we can all be working in good faith. City Manager Pili, we thank you for your support and we thank you for your commitment. Mayor Lang said at that time, changing West Valley Arts to the community-based organization and commitment to provide subsidy until the end of 2025 doesn't stop the city from providing a subsidy beyond that time, but makes a commitment to work with this organization and help and support them. Mayor Lang, thank you for your support and thank you for your continued commitment. The arts has many abilities to support jobs, engage kids in school, change lives in our communities. Collaboration is a fundamental aspect of theater arts. Collaboration in theater involves teamwork, communication, and trust. Theater collaboration means to us that many people work together to contribute to the group's success. Collaboration allows for learning experiences and it opens possibilities to multiple creative voices. The West Valley Performing Arts Center being saved by this council is something that has echoed many cheers. It's something that fulfills promises, solidifies hope, and is something that genuinely spreads happiness throughout our community and beyond. Thank you for working with us and entrusting us with this building to our care. We've given you a glimpse of what we're made of and what we're capable of, and we look forward to showing you and this community so much more. We look forward to growing together hand in hand with this community for many years to come. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you, and we have for all that you have done and all that you will continue to do to keep West Valley performing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Waite. I'm a resident of West Valley City and a former state legislator from the city. And it seems appropriate tonight to talk about this in terms of it's the time for the awards that were given tonight and recognizing people and activities that unite the community and build the community from the people with all the connections. I grew up in Utah hearing, "We teach the whole person." It was a reference to the value of arts in our lives and the quality of being that our parents and community wanted for us. For me and generations of Utahns, that has meant learning about and participating in the arts throughout our lives, experiencing the individual wholeness which comes from artistic expression, and knowing the additional dimensions of intrinsic understanding that grow from performance with others. For West Valley City residents and anyone who is familiar with our theater, arts means expression, learning, and community building in that space, our performing arts space. Living in West Valley City means opportunities to share creative perspectives with neighbors from widely diverse backgrounds. It means a constant invitation to participate and experience in our town, in our community spaces, among people who live nearby, all that make up the rich landscape of humanity in our town. Specifically, West Valley Arts in our West Valley Performing Arts Theater gives us stories that portray people, their hearts, their aspirations, their hurts, their successes. The combination of the foundation and performing arts space gives theater artists from West Valley and beyond a place for strong creative direction and development. The council's vote, as you and the foundation have agreed, will assure that direction and that development for those stories and our future audiences. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Council, and Mayor Lang. My name is Clark Bullen. There wasn't always great theater in West Valley City, but West Valley was seen as an up-and-coming city, and West Valley City had the vision to partner with an up-and-coming theater. West Valley was a good partner, and the theater thrived and grew. Eventually, West Valley City and that theater parted ways, leaving an amazing theater space, hardly used. Until, again, the West Valley City Council had the vision and courage to bring world-class theater back to their great city. They invested time, money, hope, and trust, and West Valley Arts blossomed into an amazing theater program. It is growing and on a trajectory towards further greatness. You can't buy an arts organization like this. This program is special, and you can feel it. There was a time this council couldn't see that, but then this council had the vision and courage again to allow West Valley Arts to continue to thrive. You have the vision and courage to support West Valley Arts, but what happens if a future council doesn't? You are good partners, and we want to continue our partnership. But what happens if, nay, when the council members change? Our fate can't fall to the whims of each new election. We will always tell our story, but what happens if they don't listen? Be a hero in our story. Be remembered as a champion of the arts, and don't put us in the hands of an unknown future council. We want to help West Valley City be the amazing city it is destined to be. With an amazing world-class theater company. West Valley Arts was twice voted best of state, currently top in the running for Broadway World Favorite Local Theater. We want to be a jewel in the heart of West Valley City, the kind of attraction an entertainment district is built around. We will be the best investment you make. We will bring people from all over the valley. Parables are often told of something that has no worth until the true owner of it shows everyone its value. Have the courage and vision to give us the theater that we showed you is a priceless gift to the community. Thank you.
Hello, good evening and aloha. My name is Janzel Tudor and I'm a resident of Taylorsville. I love to perform, and I was lucky enough to perform my dream role as the witch in Into the Woods recently in Magna at the Empress Theater. The witch is an interesting character. It's a really complex character, but if you don't know the story, she's the mother to Rapunzel. She steals the baby, which isn't great, but eventually she becomes a mother to this woman, Rapunzel. She locks her up in the tower, and then eventually she gets out. And then Rapunzel runs towards a giant, and unfortunately the giant steps on her, and she dies. The witch sings a song called The Witch's Lament. And my director had me singing over Rapunzel's body. It was morbidly beautiful is how I phrased it. As I sang to my daughter Rapunzel, my children were out in the audience. And I got emotional, and I used that emotion to portray what the witch might have felt when she was singing over her daughter. And the reason that was so emotional to me was because I have two children. One is a teenager and one is a 12-year-old. My teenager spent about 3 years on a roller coaster ride where we didn't know if tomorrow was happening. They lost out on 3 years of childhood, struggling with mental illness, struggling in all the pain that a teenager might feel, struggling in friendships, struggling with alcohol and drug abuse, struggling to find their place. I'm a performer, my husband's a performer, and our dream was always to have our children perform with us. And they finally started showing interest in performing while this roller coaster ride was coming up and down. I wasn't planning on speaking tonight, but I felt compelled to add my voice to you in support of West Valley Arts. My children have finally opened that door into theater and have said, yes, I want to do this. And they get to participate in an education program by West Valley Arts. Living in Taylorsville, it's a short jump away from us to be able to go. And I'm a busy person. I work full time. I have multiple things going on. And it's so nice to be able to take my children to West Valley Arts to be educated, to learn how to do theater. Time that my kids didn't get to spend learning before, especially my oldest, because they were going through their troubles. And now they get to go to class with this wonderful, multi-talented woman behind me. Kate Ruffner gets to teach them. And they get to feel of what the excitement is that theater and acting can do to storytell, to tell all these stories to these people that they will eventually touch. They're both in a show right now that they're so excited about, also at the Empress Theater. And eventually, I'm sure they'll be able to perform all across the valley like we have been able to. And to tell those stories and to have a place of belonging, which is what West Valley Arts is for people and will be for us and our family. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Kate Ruffner, and I stood before you back in May, and I said that we were interested in partnering with you. And to your credit, not only did you take us up on that, you have put time and effort and thought into making sure that we could realize this vision. Now, as a theater actor, I love when people come into our theater with a willing suspension of disbelief, where they're going to walk in and believe that a scarf that's red and popping out of someone's abdomen is going to be blood, or tissue paper glued to the wall is going to be a blue sky. It's lovely and it's wonderful, but as a theater director, it's my job to be doubtful It's my job to watch everything with disbelief, with a little bit of suspicion, and to watch everything that comes in front of me with that question in my brain. Is this going to work out? Is this going to be okay? Is the audience going to understand this? You've acted like a theater director because you're acting on behalf of the community, and we really appreciate that. We know that you have doubted and offered disbelief so that we can come before you and say, here are all the reasons that this is going to work. And it will. We promise it will. You have put your faith in an organization and in a community of people who are dedicated, who have a work ethic you haven't met, and who understand on a level of politics what it means to take care of a community. Thank you for what you have done, for the miracle that you have provided. We are so grateful. We stand with you, and we look forward to years and years of a wonderful partnership. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else that would like to speak? This is going to be trouble from the beginning.
Let the record show that the mayor just maligned the person approaching the podium.
An award winner.
My name is Jim Phillips, and I love our mayor. I love our city council, and I have loved the conversation that we have talked about tonight in the arts world. I have spent a considerable part of my life in theater, obviously, but want to say this. In my current volunteer opportunity, my good wife and I visit many of the churches throughout our West Valley City area. And in order to be a functioning and well-equipped arts organization, you need the collateral of people and talent. And so, as a matter of just suggestion, I would suggest to those who are looking to make the best out of the money that the city has given them, to visit many of the churches and view the talents that appear every single Sabbath and every single, well, tonight there's Bible study. You could have gone, but you chose to come here, so I guess it's all right. There are people that are just waiting for an opportunity to express themselves with talent that is unmatched. It is incredible. And so I would hope that we do not focus myopically on the idea that here we are focusing on the arts, but that we focus on the community and make it a collaboration between many of the facets of the people that are here. Okay, there's 2 minutes left. I'm giving it back to you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Oh, I love you. I love what you've done. Thank you for taking us to shut down to sell out. Because we're there. We've done it. And the people who are doing it are working so hard. But thank you. I'm crying already because I get so excited and I tell people about this and they're filling the seats. They're coming to support us. I live in West Valley City and I've lived there a long time. And I love this theater. It's our theater again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, seeing no one else making their way to the front, we will now close the public hearing. And I'll give resolution 24-167 to the council for discussion or a motion.
Mayor, I'll move to approve resolution 24-167.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Councilman Norfelt.
Sorry, I'd like
Nope, you're fine.
to say something. You've all been so sweet and nice and giving us a lot of credit. But it's easy to listen to people who care passionately about something and to vote yes on something. We didn't save the theater. You did. You're the ones that are working hard, that are passionate, that have spoken to us so respectfully. And you're there on stage. Many of you are backstage doing the real hard work. And you've saved our theater. And I'm so happy. And I think our West Valley Arts is stronger than it's ever been now. And that's you. So thanks for being nice to us, but good job. You did it.
Thank you. Any other council members? Okay, seeing none, Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
No.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll now go to our resolutions. We have resolution 24-168. This resolution will replace two bridges at Stonebridge Golf Course. The total cost is $347,549, and those funds will come from the CIP fund. To the council for discussion or a motion?
Resolution 24-168.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon. Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We now have our consent agenda. This is a typical consent agenda with easements, deeds, and appointments or reappointments to our Audit Review Committee and Professional Standards Review Board. So we have 6 items. We can take them all at once or individually and to the council.
I would move that we accept the 6 items on the consent agenda.
I'll second that with the request that we can at least read the names of the appointees and their new roles, just to be on the record.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. So for the reappointment and appointments to the Audit Committee, we have Ifo Peely as a appointment, Lars Norfelt, Karen Lang, Dean Lundell, and Lyle Phelps as members of the West Valley City Audit Committee, and reappointment of Councilman Norfelt as the chair of the Audit Committee. And then somebody's going to have to help me with Justin's last name.
Tershonsky.
Thank you. To the Professional Review Board as well. And with that, we'll take the roll with Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We have no other business for this evening. We will make note that this is our last meeting of the year, and our next meeting will be Tuesday, January 14th. So you can join us in person or online. So one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we stand adjourned. Thank you so much for taking your time to come out tonight.